Hello, this is Lucas Palmeira from Imaginando, and I'm here to give you another tutorial on DRC. Today I'm going to show you how to make some sounds from the song Uppercut by Bebetta. So let's get right into it and start with kind of a deep bass sound, which goes like this. Okay, so I'm gonna bring back I'm gonna turn off this. This is basically giving 3 dBs. This is cutting the low frequencies, and I'm automating to take the bass on a part. But let's bring it back to the default patch. Okay, and first thing we do is raise pregain to maximum, go to performance mode and change poly to mono, and legato we turn it on. Then we go to the filter, and on envelope generator 2 that modulates the amount of cutoff on that the envelope generator 2 amount is modulating. We're gonna bring it down to 269. 269 and drop the cutoff to 165. Okay, about here. Next, we raise the resonance to 208. Okay. And now we go to the first envelope generator. This one modulates the amplitude of the sound in time. So we got the attack at 0.64, decay at 500, sustain at 759. Just drop it a little bit. And release, and the release at 300. Now we go to the second envelope generator. This one modulates the cutoff and not the amplitude. 310 on the decay. On the sustain, 154. And on the release, 100. So we got our bass. And now let's go to the background sound, which is this one. I'm gonna take out this equalizer, just boosting the frequencies around 1K. Here we have this reverb, giving it loads of space and this kind of low attack sound. This is our sound with a K70. Now this is only the sound of the synth. And let's bring it back to default patch and work on it. Okay? And first thing I'm going to do is change the first oscillator to a square wave and change the pulse width to 718. And now I go to the LFO, no, the LFO one is right. I'm just gonna change the pulse width modulation to 0.48. Okay? Now I go to the second oscillator, drop 1 octave, and fine-tune it to 152. Sorry, raise it to maximum. And $152, like that. And now I go to the sub-oscillator and raise the, change it to a triangle wave, raise the octave, and now raise the sub-oscillator. And let me just check this, so I am really sure that I have this right, and just make sure that okay, 555 on the 555 on the sub-oscillator. Okay, like that. Now what we're going to do is go to the modulation page and raise the keyboard. No, go to this page of the pitch modulation, sorry, and turn on AG1 and raise it to 164. This will detune the sound a bit. Like this. And now we go to the envelope generator 2 amount on the filter and drop it to It's about 502, so it's right. We'll drop the cutoff to 202. And now we go to the resonance, and resonance is 0, sorry. What we have to do now is go to the first envelope generator and just put the release at 238, sorry. And now go to the envelope generator 2 and attack at 0, decay at 230. Sustain at 896. And release at 100. So we got our sounds. Okay, and now if we turn on this big room, and now the K7D, as you can see, is at 1/8 dotted time with no feedback and half dry wet. And I'll turn on the equalizer. Okay, so now let's go to the lead sound, which sounds like this. I'm gonna turn off this ambience out for now. It's just, it's automated, so it doesn't make a difference. And I have here this utility just giving it 3 dB. So let's bring it back to the default patch. Okay, and the first thing I'm going to do is change oscillator 1 to a square. Sub-oscillator, we raise 1 octave and change it to a sine. Now I raise everything to maximum, including the sub-oscillator. And now envelope generator 2 amount, we raise it to 591. Okay, about there. And now cutoff at 227. Resonance, we raise it to 311. Okay, and now we change the mode of the filter from a low pass 4-pole to a low pass 2-pole. Now we go to the modulation page of the filter, and on keyboard we raise it to 472. This means the higher the note, the higher the cutoff frequency, but at the same time when I raise this, I drop the overall cutoff frequencies, and that this is why I'm using this, so I have more range on the filter to work with it. Okay. Now we go to the first envelope generator and attack at 0, decay at 500, sustain at 513, release at 300. Now envelope generator 2, attack at 0.76. Okay, decay at 274. Sustain at 1112. No, 11.2, sorry. 112. And release at 286. Okay. This is our lead. Let's go to the final kind of pad sound. It's more like a polyphonic synthesizer than an actual pad, and it sounds like this. Okay, and so let's get right into it and bring back the default patch. And first thing I'm going to do is sub-oscillator, let's raise 1 octave. Sub-oscillator at 352. Like this. This all at maximum. And now drop the cutoff to 220. Raise the resonance 414. Envelope generator at 503, so it's about there. Now, envelope generator 1, we only go to the resonance and drop it to 154, like this. Now we go to envelope generator 2, And attack at 0, decay at 3, 16. Sustain at 1, 4, 2. 1, 4, 2. And release at 100. Finally, we go to the reverb and decay 6 to 7. And amount at 0, 31. About here. Okay. So let's now and okay. Let's now, I think everything is ready, so let's now listen to the melody that I've recorded before. Just bear with me a second, please. Okay, everything seems to be ready now, so let's now listen. And this was it, guys. I hope you have enjoyed this tutorial. Don't forget to give us a like and subscribe our channel if you like our content. And we will be back next week with more content. Goodbye.